First and foremost, all praises are due to Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawah Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us his truth. Salutations to the brothers around the four corners of the earth who are teaching his word in truth and sincerity. And shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel who listen and believe in this word. This is Brother Karatazabad coming at you with another lesson. This one is entitled, The Israelites Are the Special People of the Lord Yahawah. And when I say Hebrew Israelites, of course, I'm speaking about the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans scattered as the sand of the sea around the whole world. So we're going to start off with Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So apparently this scripture validates my lesson title, that we are a special people unto the Lord Yahawah, the Most High. Let's continue on. Deuteronomy 7 and verse 7. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people. And this is speaking of in the Old Testament, we were the fewest of all people during that time. When Moses led us out of Egypt into the wilderness, we were the fewest among all the people on the planet Earth. But now we are like the sand of the sea, so much that there are Hebrew Israelites in every country and every nation. And some of us look like the people that are in particular nations. So you have Hebrew Israelites who look like they're Chinese, so-called Moabites. You have Hebrew Israelites who look like they're Ishmaelites, so-called Arabs, so on and so forth. We are scattered like the sand of the sea. But prior, we were the fewest of all people, you see. So Deuteronomy 7 and verse 8. But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. So, of course, this is talking about when Moses led us out of Egypt. We were in captivity for over 400 years, but we were led out by Moses and, of course, the strong hand of the Lord. So that's letting you know again that we are indeed a special people. Deuteronomy 7, let's go to another precept, Exodus 19. All right. Of course, we started to violate the law, statutes, and the commandments that were given to us by Moses, but he still loves us, so everything we've done as far as fornicating with other gods and, following the traditions of other nations, the Most High Yahawah is still with us because he sent us a redemption through the blood and sacrifice of Yahawah. Okay, the firstborn spirit, his only begotten son, okay, the first one to conquer death. So Yahawah has given us a chance to reconcile back with Yahawah the Father. So Exodus chapter 19, and we have verse 5. It reads as thus. Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, and covenant means agreement, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine, you see. So he said, ye shall be a peculiar treasure. We are a peculiar people because the law, statutes, and commandments were given to us for a reason, to set us apart from all the other nations on the planet Earth. Exodus 19 and verse 6. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and an holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. Let's see. Let's read verse 7, Exodus 19 and verse 7. And Moses came and called for the elders of the people and laid before their faces all these words which the Lord commanded him. Verse 8, and all the people answered together and said, all that the Lord hath spoken, we will do. And Moses returned the words of the people unto the Lord. All right. Now, of course, he gave us the commandments. And of course, we violated the law, statutes, and the commandments. You see, in the wilderness, we were complaining when Moses led us out from among the Egyptians. You know, like I said, we fornicated once we did get into Israel, when Joshua led us into Israel, into Canaan. You know, that became Israel. Okay, and the 12 tribes received their land. We were doing well at first, but then we started to violate the law, statutes, and the commandments that were set before us by the Most High, Yahawah Ba'Shem, Yahawah Shai. So let's continue on. Exodus, let's go to Deuteronomy 10. And Deuteronomy chapter 10, and we have verse 12. And it reads, and now Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul. So that's all Yahawah had required of us. Was, you know, and you fear the Lord, you serve the Lord, okay, and you love him with all thy heart and with all thy soul by following the law, statutes, and the commandments. But like I said, in the Old Testament, we weren't able to do that. So we were given a second chance through Yahawah Shai, through his redemption, through his blood sacrifice. All right, he was a perfect lamb. So he did the law perfectly, and that has brought us back in to reconciliation with Yahawah. You see, back into marriage with Yahawah through Yahawah Shai. Let's read this again, Deuteronomy 10 and verse 12. And now, Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God? And you do that by what? To walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul. Deuteronomy 10 and verse 13. To keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good. Verse 14. Behold, the heaven and the heaven of heavens is the Lord's thy God, the earth also with all that therein is. So everything belongs to Yahawah. We know he has the power. And he's the only true God. Deuteronomy 10 and verse 15. Only the Lord had a delight in thy fathers to love them, and he chose their seed after them. So we are the chosen. We are the special people of the Lord Yahawah. Even you above all people, as it is this day. You see, that was talking about that time, but it also is talking about this time. We are still the chosen people, the special people of the Lord Yahawah, above all the other nations. Deuteronomy 10 and verse 16. Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart, and be no more stiff-necked. Now, of course, we were stiff-necked in the Old Testament. And like I said, Yahawah Shai was the redemption to bring us back into the fold. And some of us still are very much stiff-necked. That's why only 1/3 of us, of the Hebrew Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, are going to be extracted on the day of the Lord into the chariots. Okay, AKA, you know, to Esau, the UFOs, but they're chariots, you see. So only 1/3 of the elect, known as the elect, the remnant, is going to be saved. The other 2/3 will be born in the kingdom through the loins of the 1/3 elect that make it into the kingdom for that first 1,000-year reign with Yahawah Shai. All right, so on that note, it was a very short lesson. Hope this lesson was edifying to you, and I'm going to give all praises to Yahawah Ba'Shem Yahawah Shai, Ba'Shem Rakak Wadash, Shalom.